my final project for seminar in holistic psychology. It's my transformative journey of self-discovery, reprogramming the subconscious mind. I'm going to be talking about some of the things that I've done on my journey of this self-discovery in this video. This is my creative way of presenting my paper because I really honestly did not feel like making a presentation slide, so that's why I'm doing this video. And before I get into this video, I want to do a full disclaimer. I'm not perfect. I'm still evolving. I am still changing. At the moment in time, I am not going to sit here lying to you. I feel like, you know, the example of when the Are We There Yet movie, where they were saying, the kids were very excited about going on this trip, but then, when they got there, they were excited, but in the middle, during that car ride, they were screaming, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" That's me, okay? That is me right now, okay? When I started this journey, yeah, I had hell. I had a near-death experience when I started this journey. When I found law of assumption, I was in a shithole of a relationship, excuse my language. I was in a hell of a relationship, okay? And my ex did something, I don't want to say it because I don't want to flag YouTube, but it was basically, he told me I fell. That did not happen type of situation. And to be honest, as I've healed, as I've grown, you know what? I thank him. I am grateful. Because if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't be here right now as we speak. So I'm thankful for anybody in my past who has allowed me to be in their presence. Because you know what? I am a light. Okay? I'm a light. I know I'm a light. I know my light shines bright like a diamond. And I know that whatever I'm going through, and whatever I went through, it is going to inspire somebody else, because if I can get through it, someone else can get through it too. And during this journey, I have faced financial struggles, I have faced adversities, I have made sacrifices to get to where I am, all while still maintaining the faith that somehow, some way, things are gonna work out in my favor. All while doing that. And now I'm about to graduate with honors. All while dealing with a bunch of circumstances that I had no idea that I was gonna go through when I decided to go back to school. Again, like I said, when I started this journey, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be good, right? But I didn't anticipate getting stumped appendicitis. I didn't anticipate having my roommates breaking their lease. If you've been watching my YouTube channel, you know what I'm talking about. I didn't anticipate going to... Really, Midnight? Come on now. Don't do that right now. I also didn't anticipate Midnight doing this right here while I'm trying to record this video. Anyways, I didn't anticipate my lawyer, my landlord giving me issues. I didn't anticipate half of the stuff that's happened. But you know what? I take it with a grain of salt because it has made me stronger. I've been doing the work. So when I first found law of assumption, and those of you who are watching this video and you guys are in class, you guys, come on. Yeah, again, we don't know. For those of you, I'm trying not to get distracted, but it's not easy when you have two cats in here that are trying to get my attention and want to play. Yes, I'm talking to you, Midnight. You were distracting me. Okay, what is the law of assumption? Since this is how I started my journey. The law of assumption is a theory that maintains that what we assume to be true is what we eventually manifest. It proposes that our assumptions about life have immense power to positively or negatively impact the fulfillment of our wishes and our desires. Okay? And this is founded by Neville Goddard, whom I have a great deal of respect for. And over time, as I began to understand what the law of assumption was and what it is, I became obsessed with wanting to learn more. This is what I wrote in my paper. I wanted to learn about neuroscience. I wanted to learn about the little how the brain works, everything, the subconscious, the consciousness, consciousness. I wanted to study it all. So I want to say in 2021, when I first was trying to look for schools to go to, I was looking for a school that offered neuroscience and quantum physics, but I couldn't find anything. And at the time, I accidentally stumbled upon Lesley University and their program for holistic psychology, and I was like, wait a minute, this is amazing. Like, why wouldn't I be in this program? And everyone who has joined me on this journey and who I've met along the way, they literally said, okay, this program is literally made for you. Like, this is you. This has you written all over it. And eventually I plan on getting my master's degree in consciousness, as well as parapsychology and other things, and psychosynthesis and other areas of my life, and tying everything together with leaning towards a PhD, right? In neuroscience and clinical neuroscience and consciousness and psychology. That's my end goal. But right now, when I found Lesley, I saw that they had a minor in psychology, and I also saw that they also had a minor in neuroscience. And I was like, ooh, this is perfect. So and then I also found that they have an accelerated master's degree in mindfulness. And since I've never gotten a master's degree, I feel like I'm the first one in my family who has gotten a master's or will be getting a master's in this kind of field. I was like, it's a no-brainer. This is for me. This is what I'm meant to do. This is going to help people. It's going to help the people in the modeling industry, the creative industry, photography, fashion industry. It's going to help everybody, because I know I'm called to do something bigger than me. And because of the photography aspects and the specialization that I have with my major in holistic psychology with the expressive arts therapy, it's helping me to find a way to express myself. It's helping me to be able to talk to you guys about what I'm passionate about and talk in a way that helps. Even creating this video is helping me, because I admit I didn't want to do the presentation because I've been going through hell and back in the past couple of weeks. It is really life has seriously been testing my limits. It has been testing me in a way that I was not prepared for. And it seems like the closer that I get to graduating, the more messier it has become. But guess what? It's too late for me to go backwards. It's too late for me to say, I want to do this, because I didn't come this far to give up. I don't care what my circumstances are showing me. I did not come this far to give up. It is my destiny to finish what I started. And if I didn't have the tools like revision, I didn't have the tools like listening to subliminals. And if you guys don't know what listening to subliminals are, it's basically when you have either rain sounds or frequency hertz or music, and then you have positive affirmations playing underneath it to help you reprogram your subconscious. And I've done that in addition to scripting, visualization, playing The Sims. That's a form of play therapy, but I use it as in a way that benefits me. So I have created myself in The Sims, and my son has graduated. She has $1 million. Like, I use it to visualize my dream life because I suffer from visualization, meaning that I have aphantasia, which is when you can't visualize. You don't see anything when you visualize. But I found a creative way to visualize. I've also drawn out my manifestations as well, and I've seen that play out as well. And again, that goes back to art therapy. So I've used these different things to help interweave my experience and help transform my life. And like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm not perfect, okay? I'm still growing, I'm still evolving, I'm still going through it, but I'm getting through it. And if I can get through it, I know everyone can get through it, because there are no excuses, okay? Like, there are absolutely no excuses whatsoever, you know? And I've also implemented the mindfulness part of it. I've implemented the breath work to help regulate my nervous system. I've helped to use somatic exercises to help release my trauma that is stored within my body. And mindfulness, then I like to think about the affirmations that I sleep to at night, because I sleep with affirmations at night, and during the day sometimes, depending how I'm feeling, I'll listen to subliminals during the day, because, you know, your conscious mind is awake during the day. So the subliminals are a gateway at being able to bypass your conscious mind. And then when you're sleeping, the affirmations that you sleep to at night, they are there to help you to go, it goes directly into your subconscious, because your conscious mind is sleeping, okay? And that has helped me in a lot of different ways harness understanding. And so when it came down to implementing the meditation and the walking meditations that I learned about, and incorporating the breath work and mindfulness techniques and insight dialogue, and just practicing being more mindful and being more present, it has allowed for those affirmations that to me are like the seeds of you growing your garden to expand. Mindfulness to me is a way for you to be more present, but also be more aware of what you're thinking, and remove the gunk, remove the weeds, to allow your affirmations to take root, to blossom into a beautiful garden in your life, and to purge out whatever it is that is no longer serving you. And I didn't think that I would make it this far, and that is why I'm doing this video for YouTube, but also for class. And I had to talk about this, and I didn't want to, honestly, I could have done a presentation, I could have done a slideshow, I could have done anything, but I don't feel that it would have been true to me. It wouldn't have been authentic if I would have just did a regular PowerPoint presentation and called it a day. I feel like this is helping me to release my emotions. It is helping my subscribers on YouTube. It is helping my class to learn more about me. It is giving me a way of talking about my paper in a way that helps me to release how it is I've been feeling, because I've been feeling like hell. And it's giving me that space to talk. And I know that I can speak freely without judgment. And some of the books that I've used that have helped me transform, I have some of the books that I've with me right now that have helped me. Some of them I've used in my paper, some of them that I did not use in my paper, but I did use as reference, I've used The Art of Possibility, but I don't have that physically with me. I got another copy online. Used The Myth of Normal, Psycho-Cybernetics, The Power of Awareness from Goddard, and I've used the other book, Manifest Now by Adil Ahmed. I've talked about her in my video on here, my top 5 books that I recommend to help anybody manifest. But there's other books that I want to recommend that I've also found very, very helpful in understanding where I'm at and, you know, getting through things. And some of those were this book. We've already read this for class. I have to finish it. It's called Callings. So that book has been helpful. Again, Manifest Now, Psycho-Cybernetics. This was very find this very helpful as well, because I believe here it says your program for better living. In my opinion, during the past 30 years, psychology has become far too pessimistic regarding man and his potentiality for both change and greatness. Since psychologists and psychiatrists deal with so-called abnormal people, the literature is almost exclusively taken up with man's various abnormalities, his tendencies towards self-destructions. Many people, I'm afraid, have read so much of this type of thing that they have come to regard such things as hatred, the destructive instincts, guilt, self-condemnation, and all the other negatives as normal human behavior. The average person feels awfully weak and impotent when he thinks of the prospect of pitting his puny will against these negative forces in human nature in order to gain health and happiness. If this were a true picture of human nature and the human condition, self-improvement would indeed be a rather futile thing. However, I believe, and the experience of my many patients have confirmed the fact that you do not have to do the job alone. There is within each of us a use of life instincts which is forever working toward health, happiness, and all that makes for more life for the individual. This life instinct works for you through what I call the creative mechanism, or when used correctly, the success mechanism built into each human being. And for me, when I read that, I gathered that means it's the subconscious. So all of us have a subconscious mind, and if you program it correctly, you're going to essentially get what you want. And when I say program it for everything, I mean I've literally programmed it for pretty much every area of my life. There's just two areas in particular that I feel like I'm still working on, and that is my finances and my living. These are the two areas that I don't want to affirm that I have resistance, but these are still the things that I'm still working through. But I do believe that the floodgates are going to open as soon as I graduate, okay? Just want to throw that out there. Another book that I highly recommend is this little handy-dandy book. It's by Russ. He's a musical artist. He wrote this book, and it's called Get Out of Your Way. And I think this is amazing because it just, delusion will give you faith when there's absolutely nothing in your present life that indicates you should believe. It is absolutely all in your head. Persistence will provide strength to keep going. Gratitude allows you to appreciate all that you have and the achievement of your goals, both small and large. What you think about, you bring about. The positive energy generated by your gratitude will yield more blessings, and you will see that your dream will continually unfold. Get out of your own way. Yeah, that is very, very powerful. Gratitude has tremendously helped me on my journey, being grateful for each and every single person that has helped me get to this far. Being grateful for Neil, being grateful for the class, being grateful for the people I've met along the way on Sean's channel, Christine, who helped me get my whiteboard, socks. Oh, come here, socks. Here's socks again, making another appearance. Socks, my roommate. I'm just grateful. And I did that this morning, and I could have simply chose to not be grateful, but instead I chose to be grateful. Okay. Instead I chose to be grateful. It's easier to not be grateful, but I chose to be grateful. Another book that I found helpful was Crazy Faith. I have to finish reading it because I haven't finished reading it exactly, but this book definitely helps because it's only crazy until it happens. And I feel like this book ties into crazy wisdom, which is what we read in the beginning of the semester. Just started reading, and it's like, no, crazy things really do happen. One of the things that has surprised us and how much intentionality goes into the planning, preparation, and configuration of the foundation: digging, measuring, steel reinforcing, cement mixing, leveling, and more. When I asked the foundation contractor why it was taking so long, because honestly I was ready to see more progress above ground, he reiterated that the foundation is the most important phase of construction. They never rush this part of the process because, as he put it, in a very matter-of-fact tone, we can fix a wall and we can prepare a window, but once this house is up, the foundation is set forever, and that is unless we tear it down or do major construction. And there was questions that preceded this quote, which were, what areas of my life have I built on a faulty foundation? Where do I need some major reconstructions? And that is what I'm going through at this moment. I'm going through that right now as we speak. Like, I'm going through that part of the journey of needing to trust that this is all gonna work out somehow. Literally. And the funny part about it is that, guess what? Everything was built with crazy faith. The phone you're talking on was built with crazy faith. The computer you're watching me on is built with crazy faith. The lights, built with crazy faith. Everything came out of somebody's mind because somebody took a leap of faith and said, okay, yeah. And despite what anybody else said, they still continued to persevere. I was told that I was doing too much in regards to what I wanted to major and minor in and get into grad school. But you know what? I did it anyway. Even though the cards were against me, I did it anyway. I had 4 advisors tell me I was doing too much, but I did it anyway. I'm living proof that even though the world wants to tell me what the world tries to tell me, it's like, no, I have crazy faith that things will still turn around in my favor. I have crazy faith and crazy wisdom enough to still believe in myself despite what my circumstances are telling me, because regardless of what is happening in my physical reality, I know that through persistence, things will change. I know that. I know that to be true. I'm like preaching for the class. I'm preaching for the YouTube. I'm speaking what feels only good because this feels good to me. This feels natural. Doing a PowerPoint presentation is like nothing. This is honestly like me speaking my TED Talk into existence. That's how this feels. And last but not least, the book. This also helped transform my mind. I do plan on reading this entire book. I have not had a chance to read this entire book, but I do plan on reading this entire book. It is The Myth of Normal. This has also changed my perspective on things in regards to what normal is. Like, this has definitely changed a lot for me. And where is it? Our concept, the entire context of social structure, belief system, assumptions, and value that surround us and necessarily pervade us every aspect of our lives. Our concept of well-being must move from the individual to the global in every sense of that word. Yeah. There's so much that I can take from this book. I'd be here all day looking for quotes that I can take from this book, because there are just so many of them. Oops, my bad. But I do feel like this is kind of like my mini TED Talk in person, like TED Talk, my way of manifesting my TED Talk. So that's where I'm at. Like, I hope I didn't go through, hold on. Got 5 minutes left. And I have 5 minutes left. Hey. But yeah, I feel like this kind of just like one of those like bittersweet moments. It's not my paper, but it is talking about my paper. It is sharing my journey in a way of just talking and being real with you guys. Has everything been easy for me? No. Healing is not easy. It's ugly. It can get ugly. Have there been highs? Has there been lows? Yes, there has. Like I've said on my channel before, to me, life is like the stock market. Life is definitely a lot like the stock market because it's up and down, up and down, up and down. Some days are good, some days are bad. But having compassion, having empathy, having an understanding, and giving yourself grace to know that you will still get through it regardless of what it is, and having that compassion for yourself allows you to be able to have that compassion for other people as well. And I think that when we start to have that compassion for ourselves, we can then have that compassion for others to then have to help heal the world. Am I perfect? No, hell to the no. I'm not perfect again. Like I said, some days are better than others. But what I do know from studying and what I'm learning in the manifesting community and everything like that, it's being able to think outside of the box. Thinking outside of the box goes further. That's why I like to call myself the manifesting therapist. I love that. I coined that because it's where I bring what I learned in school to the manifesting community. Because honestly, I don't see anybody else doing it. So I like bringing the spirituality with the psychology, with the manifesting, and bring it together. Hence the need for me to be called the manifesting therapist. And that is all I really wanted to say. And I am a powerful, joyous, trusting leader, and I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. And thank you for watching my presentation.